Joining us now, I've got former New York prosecutor Vinoo, a criminal defense attorney and visiting faculty member at Harvard Law School. Vinoo, good morning to you. Thanks for hopping on. What do you make of the timing of this, especially as the White House looks to clamp down on outrage over the Jeffrey Epstein files?
I mean, it's chapter in this long-standing, never-ending drama that is the Trump White House. It used to be that the Department of Justice was considered above politics. That all changed, during the 2016 election and Jim Comey and his impact potentially on whether Hillary Clinton lost the election in 2016. From that point, things have happened, and the Justice Department has become scrutinized. So this is another move that's going to, cause greater scrutiny upon how the DOJ works. Look, she's a career prosecutor. She also happens to have a very famous last name, and that famous last name perhaps is what caused her to be fired here.
Let me play some sound for you, because President Trump fired Maurene's dad, James Comey, during his first administration. And then just days ago, the president made this allegation about him. Let me get your reaction on the other side.
These files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama. They were made up by the Biden information. Whatever she thinks is credible, she should release.
Yeah, what's he potentially alluding to there? When he's saying whatever's credible, release it. And do you see a connection between dad and daughter here?
I mean, it's certainly not unreasonable to think that there is a connection, and certainly Maurene Comey was in the news a lot recently because of the Diddy trial. And President Trump has talked about potentially pardoning Diddy. So, there's so many interwoven layers here that it's hard to piece together. Again, the DOJ has become politicized. I mean, there's an FBI lawyer was sentenced as a result of the Durham report that during the it was a leftover from Trump's first administration. And it showed that, part of the investigation into Trump was problematic and was an error when this FBI lawyer lied about something they put into a report to get further surveillance. So there's a lot here. Again, I don't know what Ms. Comey had to do, or what her, how close she is to her father. Look, she's a career prosecutor. I thought she went overboard on the Diddy trial, but is that what got her fired? Who knows? Ultimately, it's an interesting thing that right after the Diddy case is done, she's gone.
And curious what all she knows and what she was told about this, too. Let me pop up this new YouGov Economist poll, Vinoo, that finds that 67% of Americans believe that the government is covering up evidence in the Epstein case. That cuts across party lines. How much could questions over this case affect Americans' faith in the justice system as a whole, you think?
I think it's the faith in the justice system, particularly the Department of Justice. The FBI is at an all-time low. And I think this is just another reflection of that. And I think that distrust of the FBI, the most, what was once an esteemed institution, is correct. There should be distrust. I think that the system is set to put people in jail and not question things. And you have that all the way through to the judiciary. So, things like this are going to cast greater light, hopefully greater sunlight. And remember, Trump is the one, and his people were all talking about releasing this. Pam Bondi said she had it on her desk. So what do you mean there's no list? So, and it's really, even in right-wing circles, people are mad at Trump. I mean, this is an interesting thing from a political perspective, because a lot of his base is really angry right now.
Well, you have a lot of Republicans and loyal Republicans coming forward wanting to force a vote to release the file. So we'll see where that heads as well. Vinoo, thank you for taking the time this morning, and we'll see what comes next in the saga. Appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.